What if the conflict we are witnessing in the world today are not only geopolitical, but reflections of something happening within us? And what if the future of humanity depends not on governments, but on our ability to face ourselves? Welcome to the Incompass Show. I'm Sandra Camacho, and today we are stepping into a deeper conversation, one that connects what is happening globally with what is happening internally within each of us. This is about healing relationships, not only with money, but with ourselves as humanity transitions into a new era. Right now, we are witnessing rising tensions and conflicts across the world, including the situation involving Iran, Israel, and the United States, and ongoing instability in regions like Lebanon. But beyond the surface, there is a pattern. This is not only about countries. This is about systems, power, and consciousness. We are seeing the collapse of all structures, economic, energetic, and ideological systems that were built on extraction, control, and division. I have spoken about the transition from the Age of Pisces into the Age of Aquarius. This shift is like a human cycle, like a child becoming a teenager or a teenager becoming an adult. So the Earth is experiencing this shift where the Earth has already entered into this new era of Aquarius. But humanity, psychologically and emotionally, is still holding on to the past. And we need to make the transition too. We need to be ready to receive these new possibilities that this new era is bringing to us. We are being invited to grow into it consciously. The challenge is not what is happening out there. The challenge is this: humanity is still operating from internal division, from fear, reaction, and unconscious patterns. Even though we now have the awareness, the tools, and the opportunity to evolve. If we do not make the transition this consciously, conflicts will continue to escalate. Systems will collapse without conscious alternatives. And it will be detrimental for humanity. Because what is not resolved internally will always be expressed externally. War is not only geopolitical. War is a projection of the unintegrated shadow. Each of us carries a shadow. And what is a shadow? It's the part of ourselves that we don't want to see. It's the emotions we suppress, the fears we avoid. And what we reject within, we project onto others. So when we see conflict, control, or aggression in the world, we must ask, where does this exist within me? Because the only way we stop conflict externally is to resolve it internally. This week, we saw a powerful example here in Australia. The Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, joined the Muslim community in prayer at a mosque in Lakemba. This is more than a gesture. It is a statement. We can coexist. We can respect each other. We can choose peace consciously. This is what leadership looks like in a new era. In this time of transition, our role is not to react, but to become pillars of consciousness. This means observing our emotions, understanding our reactions, choosing consciously instead of reacting impulsively. When we feel loss of control, fear, and anger, we are being invited to pause and observe. Because from that observation, we gain the power to choose differently. When we choose awareness over reaction, we break the cycle. We stop contributing to unconscious conflict. We also make aligned decisions. Our actions reflect our values and not our fears. We elevate the collective. Every conscious choice contributes to humanity's evolution. Throughout history, millions of lives have been lost in wars, driven by power, control, and division. Yet today, we have more access to knowledge, connection, and technology than ever before. The question is, will we use this awareness to evolve or repeat the past? I'm going to share 5 steps in order for you to pause and have a conscious choice. The first one is pause. Do not react immediately. The second step, observe. What am I feeling? Is this fear, anger, loss of control? The third step is acknowledge. Where does this exist within me? The fourth step, aligned. What actions reflects my values and the principles of life? The fifth, act consciously. Choose from awareness and not from reaction. This is how we move from unconscious behavior into conscious evolution. Because peace in the world begins the moment we take responsibility for the conflict within ourselves. As we spoke earlier this week, we are now in the time where the digital world expands creation. Artificial intelligence transforms how we work. Humanity has the tools to build a new system. But without consciousness, technology amplifies chaos. With consciousness, it becomes a tool for collective evolution and creation. If you feel called to be part of this transition, to move from reaction into conscious creation, join the Inner Revolution Journey Circle, explore activating the Christic coherent field, and become part of the Inner Revolution all-encompassing harmonics heart movement. This is where we align individually to transform collectively. This is your reminder. The future of humanity is not something that will happen to us. It is something we are creating moment by moment, choice by choice. Thank you for being here. This is the Incompass Show. I'm Sandra Camacho, and this is your invitation to join the Inner Revolution all-encompassing harmonics heart.